Make in India program, that's the key takeaway. So with this, when we talk about Make in India as a manufacturing hub, over the recent years, have you noticed any changes when we say that ease in doing business? Since you represent a global perspective at Baker Hughes, so what is your take on this?
The government is doing its part, but I always believe more is possible, right? In the last 50 years, we've made this transition from moving to from being the 50th or the 60th largest economy in the world to now the 5th largest economy in the world, right? It's been a great progressive journey, but why look at the past when you must look at the future? And the journey from being the 5th largest to number 1 or number 2, I think we need to do a lot more. We need to look at models which have worked globally. We need to look internally at our own self. We need to look how digital transformation is sweeping the world.
Any country's model that you want to cite here?
Well, I'm a great fan of the Chinese model, right? I may not subscribe to all that they do, but it's a reality that in the last 50 years, both China, if you look back, about 50 years or 60 years back, we were both at the same level.
For China, this is just manufacturing or overall perspective?
I think manufacturing is an extremely important part for any country which has the population size that we have. So in that context, Chinese growth story is very relevant to India, right? They may have a different governance setup and they may have a different federal setup, of course, we all know that. But what they've been able to do on ground is absolutely fantastic. And I think as India, with 1.5 billion people, with 700 million active workers at any given point in time, we really need to focus on creating employment, right? And we need to focus on creating employment not just in pockets, but all across the country. And this is where I believe China has really surpassed all expectations, where every nook and corner of their country was transformed into an SEZ, right? Into a strategic unit, which then created a cohesive environment along with ancillary units and generated employment. And with that employment, they generated so many opportunities for their own workers and their own people to get skilled at such a level that they could produce the best quality stuff at the cheapest price possible in their country and then become a global powerhouse. Because I think our needs as a country are very different from, let's say, a European country or a Latin American country or the US.
Very valid point, yeah.
We've got to create employment, right? And employment can possibly only be created on such a large extent that we need through manufacturing. Right? We've got the digital core competence. We've got the advantage in terms of IT and IT-related industries, and we've done magic over the last 20 years there. But I think what we really need to focus and emphasize on is creating employment for the 500-600 million people that we have, gainful employment so that they move up, the companies that they work for move up, and together Bharat or the nation moves forward. So I think a lot more needs to be done. We are definitely heading in the right direction, but we need to do things faster, better, quicker.
Siddhant, has this ease of doing business helped in procurement and other things when it comes to deliver it and everything?